The envelope sat on the kitchen counter like a trap. My name, written in gold letters, mocked me. I tore it open with shaking hands, and the words blurred before my eyes. Elena Hayes and Daniel Cross, united in marriage. My chest burned. Elena, my perfect half-sister. Daniel, the man who once swore he loved me. I whispered to myself, "This has to be a joke. This can't be real." The phone rang. I knew the number. My father, I pressed accept. "Hello?" Finally, his cold voice cut through. "You got the invitation, didn't you?" My throat tightened. "You let her marry him?" "Elena deserves the best," he said flatly. "And Daniel is the best." My laugh cracked like glass. "The best? He was my boyfriend, Dad, you know that. That was childish infatuation. Don't embarrass yourself. You'll attend the wedding?" "No." The word felt heavy, like lead on my tongue. "Excuse me?" His tone sharpened. I'm not standing there, smiling, while she walks down the aisle to the man who... My voice broke. "To the man smart enough to see Elena's worth," he interrupted. Anger stabbed me. "You mean blind enough to betray me? You'll come," he repeated, calm and cruel. "Our family needs to show unity. I'm not your puppet. You think you have a choice?" His voice dropped low. "If you don't attend, I'll cut off your tuition. No school, no future. You can flip burgers instead." My hand tightened on the phone. "You wouldn't dare. I already paid this semester. But next, you show up at that wedding, or you're on your own." I felt the room spin. "You'd really throw me away for her?" "Elena never fights me. She never embarrasses me. You've been nothing but difficult since you were a child." "Don't test me." Tears stung, but I forced my voice steady. "You've always loved her more." "Because she earns it." I slammed the counter. "She steals everything from me. My friends, my grades, my dreams, and now him. And you let her. Enough." His tone was final. "Your bitterness doesn't matter. You'll wear a dress, smile for photos, and clap. Do you understand? I won't. Then you'll pay the price." The line went dead. I stood frozen, the phone buzzing in my hand, my breath ragged. Rage and heartbreak swirled inside me until my chest ached. The invitation lay open on the counter, glowing in gold. I ripped it in half, then again, until my hands trembled with exhaustion. I stumbled to my desk. My father's contract, the tuition agreement, sat in the drawer. His weapon, his chain. I pulled it out, unfolded it. Black ink, his signature bold at the bottom. My own, smaller, beside it. I remembered signing it months ago, his voice echoing, "This is for your future." "I'll provide if you obey," I whispered. "Obey or starve, right?" Images flooded me. Daniel's smile when he first kissed me under the library lights. Elena's smirk when she walked into his arms. My father's silence when I begged for truth. I wanted to scream. Instead, I pressed the paper flat and stared at the words until they blurred through my tears. My phone buzzed again. A text from Elena. "Hope you'll come, little sis." It would mean the world to me. My vision blurred red. I typed back, "Delete my number." I hit send. The silence afterward was deafening. I pressed my palm against the contract. My father thought he held me with money. Elena thought she won with her beauty. Daniel thought he could erase me. I whispered to the empty room. "You'll all regret this." The words scared me. Even as they steadied me, I folded the contract once. Twice, then clenched it so hard the paper cut my palm. The sting grounded me. I breathed out slowly. No more chains. No more begging. For the first time that day, I felt something sharper than grief. Resolve. I wasn't going to their wedding. I wasn't bowing to Elena's golden glow. I wasn't letting Daniel's lies define me. The invitation was ash in my mind. The contract a reminder. If my father thought he owned me, he was wrong, I whispered again, softer this time. "You'll regret underestimating me." And for the first time in years, I almost believed myself. I sat on the edge of my bed, the shredded invitation still on the floor. My phone lit up with a photo, Daniel and me, smiling, saved by cruel accident in my gallery. I wanted to delete it, but my finger froze. I whispered, "Why did you lie to me?" His voice echoed in memory, warm and low. "You're my only forever. No one else. Forever, right?" His forever lasted until Elena batted her lashes. I pressed my palms to my face. The night I found them replayed like a broken film. "Daniel?" I had whispered, opening his apartment door without knocking because he'd told me I could. His laugh had floated out of the bedroom. I'd thought it was for me, until I saw her. Elena. My sister's golden hair spilling across his chest. Elena's eyes had met mine. She didn't even flinch. You should have knocked. Daniel had scrambled up, guilt written across his face. It's not what it looks like. Then what is it? My voice had cracked. He'd opened his mouth, then closed it, then looked at her. She smirked. That smirk broke me more than his silence. I had whispered, "You said forever." Elena had rolled her eyes. Don't be dramatic. I'd run before I collapsed. The memory burned so hot that I grabbed my pillow and screamed into it. A knock came at my door. Open up. It's me, Maya's voice called. I pulled myself together, yanked the door open. She took one look at my swollen face and sighed. God, you look wrecked. Thanks, I muttered. She walked in, tossing her bag down. You saw the invitation, didn't you? I nodded. And your dad? Called, threatened, tuition or humiliation. My voice shook. Maya clenched her fists. That man. And Elena? She's still playing queen, isn't she? She texted me, I said bitterly. Said it would mean the world if I came. Maya groaned. Unbelievable. She steals your boyfriend and now she wants you clapping for her fairy tale ending? She always wins, I whispered. No, she takes. That's different. Maya leaned closer. Listen to me, you can't go. That wedding will destroy you. I shook my head. If I don't, I lose tuition. My degree, my future, so you'll find another way. You're smart. You're stronger than you think. My throat tightened. I don't feel strong. Of course you don't. You've been stabbed in the back by the people who should have loved you most. But look at me. She gripped my shoulders. You survived it. That means something. I stared at her, desperate. But my father? He has all the power. He always does. Maya's eyes darkened. Only if you let him. I let out a bitter laugh. Easy for you to say. He's not holding your tuition hostage. Then fight him. Find scholarships. Get a job. Hell, drop out if you have to. But don't give Elena the satisfaction of watching you crumble. The words hit hard. I looked away. I still hear him, you know. Daniel, saying I was his forever. I believed him. That's what liars do. They make you believe. But look at what he chose, your sister. Do you really think a man who betrays his girlfriend for her sister will stay loyal to anyone? I bit my lip. She'll find out, someday, Maya smirked. And I hope I'm front row when karma shows up. A shaky laugh escaped me. You'd cheer? Cheer? I'd throw confetti. She grinned, then softened. But for now, don't let them win by dragging you to that wedding. Silence filled the room. My father's ultimatum echoed in my head. No tuition. No future, I whispered. What if I can't make it without him? Maya leaned in. You can. And I'll help. Whatever it takes. Her words wrapped around me like armor, but the fear still gnawed. I whispered, almost to myself. Why wasn't I enough? Maya's face hardened. Because they're broken, not you. Elena needs to steal to feel important. Daniel needs to betray to feel powerful. Your dad needs to control to feel strong. That's not your failure, it's theirs. Tears welled again, but this time they didn't choke me. Maya squeezed my hand. Promise me. Don't go, I closed my eyes. I promise nothing, she groaned. You're impossible. I'm trapped. You're not. Her voice was fierce. You just don't see the door yet. I let out a breath, shaky but alive. Then help me find it. I will, she said firmly, even if I have to drag you through. For the first time that night, I believed her. But my father's voice still hissed in the back of my mind. Attend, or you're finished. I clenched my fists. The pressure suffocated me, and yet, beneath it all, a spark flickered. If they thought they'd broken me, they didn't know me at all. I pushed open the heavy oak doors of my father's office. The scent of leather and cologne stung my nose. He didn't look up from his desk, papers neatly stacked, pen scratching across contracts. I said flatly, "We need to talk." His voice was clipped. If this is about the wedding, the answer is the same. I stepped closer. You're forcing me to humiliate myself, for her. For them. He set his pen down and finally met my eyes. You should be grateful Elena is willing to represent this family with grace. Unlike you, my chest tightened. Grateful? For her stealing my boyfriend? For you standing by and clapping while she did it? He leaned back, expression cold. Daniel made his choice. So did you when you failed to hold his interest? The words sliced me open. You think I lost him because I wasn't good enough? You've always been too emotional, too dramatic, he said. Men don't want complications. They want stability. Elena gives him that. I clenched my fists. Elena gives him a performance. She's not stable, she's selfish. She protects the family name, he shot back. That matters more than your feelings. My feelings? My laugh cracked. What about my life, my future? You'd throw it all away because I won't play obedient daughter at her wedding? He tapped his desk. I provide for you. I paid for your education, your housing, everything you have. And you repay me with defiance. That's not support, that's control, I snapped. You made me sign a contract just to keep me under your thumb. He smirked. Because I knew this day would come. You're reckless. Elena is responsible. My chest heaved. She's a liar. She's a thief. And you call her responsible? She's successful. That's all anyone remembers. I leaned forward, voice low. You're wrong. People remember cruelty. They remember betrayal. And they'll remember how you chose her over me. He didn't flinch. History is written by winners. Be smart enough to stand with them. I shook my head. No, I won't. The silence stretched. Then he said coolly, then you'll learn how cruel the world is without my money. I slammed the tuition contract on his desk. You mean this piece of paper? You think it makes you a god? His eyes narrowed. It makes me your provider. No, I hissed. It makes you my jailer. The door creaked behind me. I turned. Mr. Grant, his longtime associate, stood there with a folder in hand. His eyes flicked between us, uneasy. Should I come back? He asked carefully. My father waved dismissively. Stay. She needs to hear the truth. I snapped. Don't pretend this is about truth. This is about control. Truth is simple, my father said. You cannot survive without me. I took a step back, heart pounding. You really believe that, don't you? That without your money, I'd collapse. You would, he said. You've never worked a day in your life. You've relied on me for everything. Without me, you're nothing. The words stung, but anger burned hotter. I am not nothing. I'm more than your wallet, more than Elena's shadow. He laughed, sharp and cruel. Then prove it. Walk out that door and never come back. Let's see how long you last, I glared. You think you've broken me, but you haven't. I'd rather starve than kneel at Elena's altar. You're a fool, he muttered. You'll come crawling back. Behind him, Mr. Grant cleared his throat. Mr. Hayes, perhaps there's another way. Stay out of this, my father barked. But Mr. Grant's eyes met mine, sympathetic, almost apologetic. I swallowed hard. You see it, don't you? How he twists everything. How he sacrifices me for her. My father slammed his fist on the desk. Enough. You will attend the wedding. You will smile. Or you will lose everything. I stared at him, trembling but steady. Then I'll lose everything. He leaned forward. Do you think the world will pity you? Do you think anyone will help you? You'll be nothing but a bitter dropout. I'd rather be nothing, I said, voice sharp, than be your obedient daughter. His eyes blazed. You'll regret those words. I took the contract, crumpled it in my fist, and threw it back on his desk. No, you'll regret underestimating me. For a moment, the office was silent, except for the sound of my own ragged breathing. My father's glare burned, but for the first time, I didn't shrink. I turned to the door. Mr. Grant shifted slightly, his gaze soft, almost respectful. He didn't speak, but the look told me everything. Someone else had finally seen the truth. I walked out, my father's voice echoing behind me. You'll crawl back. They always do, I didn't answer. I shut the door with a final heavy click, my heart pounding like war drums. I slammed my journal shut and tossed the pen aside. The words blurred on the page, I will not go. I will not kneel. I will not break. Maya leaned against my desk. How many times did you write it? 20, I muttered. Maybe 30, she smirked. Sounds like a spell. Think it'll work? I rubbed my temples. It has to. Otherwise, I'll lose my mind. You already lost your dad and Daniel, she said gently. Might as well lose the wedding, too. I groaned. You make it sound so easy. It is, she shot back. Don't go? I opened my laptop. The screen glowed with half-finished scholarship applications. And if I can't pay tuition, then we find a way. That's why I'm here. You're not doing this alone. I stared at her. Why are you so sure I can make it without him? Because I've seen you fight, she said. Even when you think you're weak, you claw your way back. You don't realize how strong you are. I blinked fast. Strong people don't cry every night. Bullshit, she snapped. Strong people cry, then wipe their tears and write 30 lines in their journal about not giving up. I laughed bitterly. That's pathetic. That's survival, she corrected. Silence fell. My fingers hovered over the keyboard. What if no one gives me a scholarship? Then you get a job, she said. Or 3. You're smart. You'll figure it out. Maybe I should just quit. Maya's eyes flashed. Don't you dare. Quitting is what they want. Your dad, Elena, Daniel. They want you crushed so they can keep winning. Don't hand them the victory, I swallowed. Sometimes I wonder if Elena even loves him, or if she just wanted to win. Maya rolled her eyes. Does it matter? Either way, she'll find out Daniel isn't worth what she stole. Do you think she'll regret it? Absolutely, Maya said without hesitation. Men like Daniel don't change. He'll cheat again. He'll drink too much. He'll disappoint her the way he disappointed you. A shaky laugh escaped me. That would be karma, wouldn't it? Karma in a wedding dress, Maya said dryly. I laughed harder than I had in weeks, though it cracked in my throat. I want to see it. I want to see her perfect life collapse. You will, she said. But you don't have to push it. Just live your life. Let silence do the work. Her words hit me deep. Revenge doesn't have to be loud, I whispered. Exactly, Maya said. Sometimes the quietest revenge is the strongest, moving on while they rot in their choices. I typed slowly on my laptop. Then I'll move on. No wedding. No humiliation, just me, Maya grinned. That's the spirit. Now let's finish these emails. Scholarships don't win themselves. We worked side by side, filling out forms, attaching transcripts. She cracked jokes whenever I froze. You're overselling yourself, she teased once. I'm desperate. Good. Desperate people get things done. By midnight, my inbox was full of sent applications. My shoulders ached, but something in me felt lighter. Maya leaned back in her chair. Look at that. You just declared war. War? I raised an eyebrow. Yes, she said firmly. Not against them. Against the part of you that still thinks you need them. Her words lingered in my chest. I opened my journal again, scribbling, My silence is my weapon. Maya peered over my shoulder. That's good, dark, dramatic, very you. I closed it and whispered, They won't see me beg. They won't see me crawl. They'll only see me rise. Maya smiled softly. That's the girl I believe in. I stared at the torn invitation on the floor, then at the glowing screen of my laptop. For the first time, I felt something new. Dread, yes, but strength too. Elena could have Daniel. My father could keep his chains. I still had myself. My phone buzzed before I even opened my eyes. The screen flashed his name. My father, I slid to answer. What? His voice roared. Get dressed and get down here. The cars are leaving in an hour. I stared at the ceiling. I'm not coming. You dare defy me again? His tone was sharp enough to cut glass. I already told you. I won't stand there like some prop. You selfish child, he shouted. Do you understand what today means for this family? Elena is securing our reputation. And you... I am not part of your show, I cut in. Find another puppet. You'll regret this. His voice shook with rage. When tuition dries up, don't come crying. I won't. He inhaled sharply, then slammed the line dead. I dropped the phone onto my blanket. My chest trembled, but not with fear. Something steadier had taken its place. Maya knocked and slipped into my room. I heard yelling, Dad again? I nodded. She plopped onto my bed. Let me guess, threats, shouting, same script? Word for word, I muttered. Then screw him. She grabbed my hand. Today's about you surviving, not about them. My phone buzzed again, notifications this time. Social media. I hesitated, then opened one, Elena in her gown. White lace, perfect curls, glowing like a saint. Daniel beside her, Tuck's sharp smile even sharper. The caption, the couple of the year. Maya peered over my shoulder. Ugh, I want to gag. I swallowed hard. They look happy. They look rehearsed, she corrected. Photo after photo rolled in. Flowers, guests, champagne. Elena glowing. Daniel kissing her hand. My stomach twisted. Maya muttered, "Stop torturing yourself. I can't look away." "You can." "Give me the phone." She reached for it. I jerked it back. "No, I need to see it. I need to know what I'm missing." Her eyes softened. "You're not missing anything but lies wrapped in white fabric." A tear slipped down my cheek. "It still hurts. I know." She squeezed my fingers. "Cry if you have to. Just don't go." I buried my face in my hands. Why does it feel like I'm the one who did something wrong? "Because they trained you to believe that," she said firmly. "But you didn't. You loved. They betrayed." End of story. The phone buzzed again. A new message. Unknown number. I frowned. Who? I opened it. The words blinked back at me. You should have seen Daniel at the altar. Tense as hell. Like he was about to bolt. I sat up straight. "What?" Maya leaned closer. "Who sent that?" The name read Oliver. I didn't recognize it. Another message arrived. "Sorry, I'm a little drunk. Just thought you should know." He looked nervous. Not exactly happily ever after. My lips parted. He didn't look happy. Maya grinned. "See? Cracks already." I typed back before I could stop myself. "Who are you?" The reply came quick. "Oliver. Friend of a friend. At the wedding now. Don't worry, your secret's safe. Just thought you deserved to know." I stared at the screen, heart racing. He messaged me. Daniel didn't look happy. Maya chuckled darkly. "Karma's on schedule. Another ping." Oliver again. Elena's smiling too hard. Looks like she's clinging. Just saying. I pressed a hand to my chest. Relief and pain collided inside me. Maya whispered, "You're winning, even without being there." "I'm not sure it feels like winning. Trust me." "It is." She pulled me into a hug. I sobbed into her shoulder. Why does part of me still want him to run to me? Even after everything? Because you're human. But you deserve better than scraps from a liar. I wiped my face. What if Oliver's exaggerating? What if they're actually perfect? Then let them be perfect. You'll still survive, and one day you'll be free. I stared at the messages again. Daniel tense. Alina clinging. It wasn't much, but it was enough. I whispered, "Maybe silence really is stronger." Maya nodded. "Stronger and sharper. They'll feel it eventually." I set the phone down. The buzzing finally quiet. Outside my window, the sky was bright, the world moving on. Wedding bells ringing somewhere far away. Inside, Maya held my hand and I let myself cry, not out of weakness, but out of release, and beneath the tears, a seed sprouted. Small, quiet, karma. The weeks dragged by, one shift at a time. I wiped down counters, carried trays, typed scholarship essays between classes. Every dollar I earned felt like a rebellion. Maya met me outside the cafe after one late shift. "You're running yourself into the ground." "I don't have a choice," I muttered, pulling off my apron. "You do. You could slow down and let him win?" I shook my head. "No, if I collapse, he'll say I told you so." Maya sighed. "You're stubborn." "Survival requires it," I whispered. She didn't argue. Instead, she handed me her phone. "Look at this." It was a screenshot from social media. Elena and Daniel not smiling this time. Her lips tight, his eyes glassy. The caption read, "Power couple spotted at a gala." But the picture told a different story. "They're already cracking," Maya said. I swallowed. Maybe it was just bad lighting. Bad lighting doesn't make Daniel look drunk. I gave a bitter laugh. Some things never change. Another week passed. Rumors floated into my ears from classmates who knew. People in their circle. They were fighting at the reception. One girl whispered at the library table. He was late to an event again. Another muttered. Each rumor pricked like a needle. Painful and oddly satisfying. At home, Maya leaned against my bed frame. "Told you karma doesn't miss." I stared at my laptop screen, financial aid application half finished. "Why doesn't it feel good?" "Because you're still healing," she said gently. "You're not there yet." My phone buzzed one evening. A number I didn't expect. My father. Against my better judgment, I answered. His voice was tight. Why haven't you called? Because I don't owe you updates, I said flatly. Elena asks about you, he said quickly. She misses her sister. I almost laughed. She misses control. That's different. Don't be cruel, he snapped. She's under a lot of pressure. Pressure? My voice cracked. She stole my boyfriend, my peace, and my place in this family. What pressure could possibly compare? She's doing everything she can to keep her marriage strong. I caught the slip. So the rumors are true. They're already fighting, he went silent. I pressed harder. Tell me, Dad, does Daniel still drink too much? Does he still stumble home smelling like whiskey? Enough, he barked. That's none of your concern. It's exactly my concern. Because you threw me away for their perfect life, and now it's rotting. You sound bitter. I sound right. Before he could answer, I hung up. Later that week, I was leaving campus when I heard a voice. Miss Hayes, I turned. Mr. Grant stood near the steps holding a briefcase. His expression was cautious. Mr. Grant? I asked warily. I shouldn't be speaking with you, he admitted. But I wanted to say, you did the right thing. My chest tightened. The right thing? Walking away? He lowered his voice. Your father. He's unraveling. Elena's marriage is strained. Daniel's habits haven't improved. Behind the photos, it's chaos. My breath caught. So it's true, he nodded. Your father hides it well. But the business is suffering too. I thought you should know. You were wise not to play along. I stared at him. Why tell me this? He hesitated, then said quietly, because someone needed to. I whispered, thank you. He gave a short nod and walked away, leaving me frozen on the steps. That night, I told Maya everything. She leaned forward, eyes bright. See? Even his own associate admits it. You were right, I whispered. Then why does it still hurt? Because wounds don't vanish when the knife's pulled out. But at least now the knife's in their hands, not yours. I let out a shaky laugh. That's one way to put it. Maya squeezed my shoulder. Their golden life is cracking. You don't need to lift a finger. I thought of Elena, smiling too brightly at the gala. Of Daniel, tense at the altar. Of my father's brittle voice. The pain I carried wasn't gone. But for the first time, it wasn't mine alone. It belonged to them. The first message came late at night. We need to talk. I stared at Elena's name glowing on my screen. My thumb hovered, then I tossed the phone aside. I wasn't answering. By morning, 3 more messages waited. Please. It's urgent. Daniel isn't who I thought he was. I need you, I let out a bitter laugh. Now she needs me. Maya, chewing toast at my desk, raised an eyebrow. Don't tell me that's Elena. It is. I shoved the phone toward her. Maya read quickly. Wow, begging already? Took less time than I thought. She thinks I'll just run back, I muttered. Maya shrugged. Ignore her. Let karma do the work, I tried. But by evening, another string of messages appeared. He cheats. He lies. He drains our accounts. Dad won't help me. You cursed me, didn't you? My laugh cracked in my throat. She thinks I cursed her, Maya smirked. Honestly? Maybe you did. Silent curses are the strongest, I shook my head. It's not funny. She's desperate. She's reaping what she sowed, Maya said firmly. I pressed my palm to my chest. Guilt gnawed at me anyway. What if I should answer? Why? Maya demanded. So she can drag you into her mess? Haven't you suffered enough? I whispered, because she's still my sister. Maya slammed her mug down. No, she forfeited that title when she slept with your boyfriend. Don't rewrite history. I stayed silent, phone heavy in my hand. Another buzz. Elena again, I can't sleep. He doesn't come home. I know you're reading this. Please don't ignore me, I whispered. She sounds scared. Maya crossed her arms. Good, maybe she'll learn, I shook my head. You're ruthless. I'm realistic. She had everything, your father's love, Daniel's fake promises, and she still wanted more. Now it's falling apart, and she thinks you're her safety net. Don't let her use you again, I bit my lip. What if she really breaks this time? Maya leaned closer. Then she finally knows how you felt. Her words stung because they were true. I typed a single reply before I could stop myself. Why are you telling me this? The dots blinked. Then her response came, because no one else listens. Dad says I made my bed. Daniel says nothing. You're the only one left. My throat tightened. She really has no one, Maya groaned. Don't fall for it. Elena's next message. Do you enjoy this? Watching me suffer? I typed back. You enjoyed it when I suffered. Her reply was instant. I didn't know it would be like this. I laughed bitterly. She didn't know betrayal would hurt? Maya muttered. She's either delusional or stupid. Another buzz. He took money. He gambled it away. I begged Dad for help, but he said no. Please, tell me what to do. I whispered, she's unraveling. Maya grabbed my wrist. Don't answer, but I already had. Maybe now you understand the price of betrayal. The typing dots blinked. Then, you hate me. I froze. My fingers shook. I typed, I don't hate you. I hate what you did. Her reply, then forgive me. The words on the screen made my chest ache. I whispered, forgive her? Maya's eyes blazed. No, she doesn't get forgiveness as a get-out-of-jail card. She's desperate, not sorry, I whispered. But what if she is sorry? Then let her prove it with actions, Maya shot back. Not texts at midnight. Silence hung heavy. Elena's last message came minutes later. If you won't help me, then maybe I deserve this. But I can't do it alone. I set the phone down, heart racing. She's breaking. Maya touched my shoulder. And you're healing. That's the difference. I stared at the screen until the words blurred. Inside me, two voices battled. One whispered forgiveness. The other screamed justice. For once, I didn't answer. I let karma speak instead. The first whisper came through Maya. She slid into the cafe booth with her phone held high. Guess whose business just tanked? I raised an eyebrow. Daniel? She grinned. Front page collapse. Investors pulling out, lawsuits circling. The golden boy fell hard. I stared at the headline. Cross Enterprises faces bankruptcy amid scandal. A laugh slipped out before I could stop it. Of course. He built his empire on lies. Lies don't last, Maya said. But karma? She's eternal. Over the next week, the whispers grew louder. He drinks too much again. They scream in public. Elena threw a glass at him. I absorbed every rumor like fire warming frozen skin. Still, part of me whispered, this isn't enough. Then came my father's eruption. He called one evening, voice thick with rage. You think you've won, don't you? I frowned. What are you talking about? Elena's marriage is falling apart, Daniel's business is in ruins, and everyone dares to look at me as if I failed. This is your fault. I barked a bitter laugh. My fault? I wasn't the one cheating. I wasn't the one gambling. I wasn't the one marrying a snake. You poisoned them, he spat. No, they poisoned themselves. Silence. Then he hissed, ungrateful child. Without me, you're nothing. I smiled into the phone. Funny, I'm surviving, and you? You're drowning. He slammed the line dead. Days later, I heard Mr. Grant had resigned. The news came quietly, a friend whispering in the hallway. Grant walked out. Said he won't cover Hayes' mess anymore. I exhaled slowly. One by one, the pillars of my father's empire crumbled. Then Elena called. Her voice trembled through the speaker. Please, I need to see you. I froze. Why? Because I can't breathe anymore. Because everything's falling apart. Because you're the only one left. I almost hung up. But curiosity, it gnawed at me. Fine, one meeting. That's it. We met at a small park away from cameras and eyes. She arrived in oversized sunglasses, hair messy, nothing like the glowing bride. She sat across from me on the bench. For a long moment, silence stretched. Then she whispered, You hate me. I said nothing. She laughed bitterly. Of course you do. I hate me too, I forced out. Then why did you do it? Her hands shook in her lap. Because I was jealous. Always jealous. Dad loved me more, people adored me more. But you had Daniel's heart. And I couldn't stand it. The words hit like ice. So you destroyed me because you were jealous? Her voice cracked. Yes, and now he destroys me the same way he destroyed you. He cheats, he lies, he gambles everything away. I thought I'd won, but I lost more than I ever knew I had. Tears slipped from her eyes, hidden behind the glasses. Dad won't help me. He says I embarrassed him. Daniel won't look at me. I have no one, I whispered. You had me. Once. She flinched. I know, and I ruined it. I ruined everything. I stared at her trembling form. A part of me wanted to reach out, to comfort. But another part, the part still bleeding, stayed frozen. She whispered, "Say something, please." I leaned closer, voice low. "Live with what you've built." Her lips parted. "That's it?" "That's it." I stood. She grabbed my wrist. "Don't leave me alone." I pulled free. "You left me alone years ago." Her shoulders crumpled as I walked away. I didn't look back. The email subject line blinked at me. "Congratulations." I opened it, my breath stuck in my throat. My eyes raced over the words. "We are pleased to award you the full academic scholarship." I gasped. "Maya!" She ran in, half asleep, hair sticking up. "What, fire? Murder?" I shoved the laptop at her. "Red." She squinted, then squealed so loud the neighbors probably heard. "You got it. You got the scholarship." I laughed and cried at once. I did. I actually did. She threw her arms around me. "You're free." The word made my knees weak. "Free," I whispered, tasting it like something new. Maya pulled back, grinning. "No more contracts. No more strings. No more dad holding tuition over your head." I wiped my cheeks. "No more Elena either. No more Daniel, just me." "Damn right," she said. "So how are we celebrating? Champagne? Ice cream? Burning effigies?" I laughed through my tears. "Ice cream." "I can't afford champagne yet." She grabbed her coat. "Done. Double scoops on me." Later, we sat on the curb outside the corner shop, cones in hand. The night air was cool, the world strangely calm. Maya licked her scoop. "You know, I've never seen you smile this wide." "I forgot I could," I admitted. "You earned it." I shook my head. "It wasn't just me." "You kept me standing." "True," she teased, "but you're the one who fought." "I just yelled a lot," I nudged her shoulder. The yelling helped. We laughed until my chest ached in a good way. When the ice cream was gone, I pulled my journal from my bag. The same one I'd filled with curses, pain, and promises. Maya groaned. "You're writing now? Can't it wait?" "No," I said softly. "This one matters." I opened to a blank page, pen trembling in my hand. "What do I even say?" Maya leaned back. "Say what you feel." So I wrote aloud, "I survived betrayal. I survived being thrown away. I survived being controlled. And I'm still here." Maya's voice softened. "That's beautiful," I kept writing. Revenge didn't need blood. I didn't have to destroy them. They destroyed themselves. My silence was enough. My refusal was enough. The pen scratched harder. I thought I needed them to validate me. I thought I needed their love. But the only thing I needed was myself. My throat closed. My voice is mine now. My choices are mine. I am free. I dropped the pen, tears falling onto the page. Maya whispered, "That's it. That's your victory." I nodded, shaky but steady. "It doesn't erase the scars. But maybe scars are proof I lived," she smiled gently. "They are. And they make you dangerous," I laughed weakly. "Dangerous?" "Yeah, because you know what it's like to break and rebuild. No one can take that from you now." I closed the journal, clutching it to my chest. "Then let them keep their ruins. I have my freedom." The night air wrapped around us, quiet and kind. For the first time, I felt lighter. Not whole yet, but free. The campus bells rang in the distance as I crossed the courtyard, my bag slung over my shoulder. The air felt lighter than it ever had. Maya walked beside me, sipping coffee. "You realize you look calm?" "Like scary calm," I smiled. "I feel it," she raised an eyebrow. "After everything? Calm isn't exactly the word I expected." "I don't know what else to call it," I said softly. "It's not joy, not revenge. Just peace," Maya smirked. "Well, peace looks good on you." We found a bench under the trees. Students bustled around us, laughter echoing. For once, I didn't feel out of place. Maya scrolled her phone. "Oh, wow. Want the latest gossip?" I hesitated. "Do I?" "Too late," she said. "Elena and Daniel? Separated. He's moved out." I exhaled slowly. "So it's over. Over and ugly. Rumors say money vanished, debts piling higher than before." I stared at the ground. She wanted him so badly. And now she's left with ashes. Maya tilted her head. "Do you feel better?" I shook my head. "No, not better. Just done," she nodded. "Good, because their misery isn't your medicine." "Your healing isn't about them," I whispered. "Exactly. It's about me." Silence stretched. The breeze lifted strands of my hair. Maya spoke again. And your dad? Heard from him? I let out a dry laugh. No, people say he barely leaves the house. He lost Grant, lost investors, lost control. He's bitter, shouting at anyone who'll listen. But fewer and fewer do, Maya smirked. Fitting. I folded my hands in my lap. He made me believe I couldn't survive without him. And here I am, breathing without his help. She bumped my shoulder. More than breathing, thriving. I gave her a small smile. Maybe, slowly, Maya leaned closer. So what now? What do you want? The question lingered. I thought of Daniel's smile, Elena's shadow, my father's chains. Then I thought of the scholarship letter, the night's working shifts, the journal pages filled with defiance. I said quietly, I want a life that's mine. No strings. No debts, Maya grinned. Then that's what you'll build. I looked at her. Do you think I'll ever forgive them? She shrugged. Do you need to? I sighed. Maybe not them. But myself, yes. I need to forgive myself. For what? For loving Daniel. For envying Elena. For begging my father for scraps of approval. For thinking I was small. Maya's voice softened. You were never small. You just believed the lies they fed you. Tears burned my eyes, but they didn't fall. Then today I forgive myself. Maya smiled. Finally. We sat in silence, listening to the rustle of leaves. For once, silence wasn't heavy. It was gentle. I pulled my journal from my bag, flipping to the last page. Maya groaned. Another dramatic entry? The last one, I promised. She leaned back. Fine, make it good. I wrote slowly, reading aloud. I am free. Not because they fell, but because I rose. Not because they broke, but because I healed. My scars remain, but they remind me I survived. Maya whispered. Perfect. I closed the journal and tucked it away. No more chains. No more shadows, she grinned. So what now, free girl? I stood, adjusting my bag. Now? I walked forward. We started across the courtyard. Students laughed, life moving around us, and for once I felt part of it. Maya asked, Final words? Big closing statement? I smiled, whispering, I am free.